49th District, Representative Kristiansen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming together with us to run this budget tonight, because I know my spouse and many spouses down here were ready to run a resolution that they would take over our job and get us out of here, because it's been 6 months. Who would have thought when we showed up here in January that we'd be here days before July? July 4th is next week, I believe. Somebody told me that and I was shocked. I've been honkered down in here for months. And like many of us, myself included, we don't get to go home at night. There's a large number of people that are in this building that are legislators here that we do this job during the week. We live down here, we rent apartments and hotel rooms, and we live out of our luggage, and it makes it very difficult for some of us because our loved ones are at home. But we've got a lot of citizens that we represent. Every one of us represent approximately 137,000 citizens back home. And it's been something for myself in this new role as minority leader here that I assumed right as we jumped into this. Thanks everybody, by the way, that was a nice welcome to this new post. That I've really been thinking about a lot. This budget and the opportunity that the different caucuses on this campus, especially the majority caucuses, have given our caucus here, the House Republicans, in being part of the process, I think has been something that in my 11 years I've never seen happen before. It has been something that in many ways, in years past, that I had hoped for. And my hope is in the future, so that we, sitting here in this chamber and on the other side of the rotunda, will look at as we move forward. Because I do believe that the people that are representative in this building, whether you're from an urban district or a very rural district, regardless of what your political affiliations are, regardless of whatever your liberal to conservative views are, I do believe that there's not one group down here that has all the answers to all the challenges that we face. I do believe that, if I may call us an eclectic group of people down here, we come from such diverse backgrounds, professions, families. We are the United States of America. That's what this country was founded upon, was diversity. And if we can, as we move forward, if we can utilize the diversity that we have as citizens of this country, I believe we can overcome a lot of the challenges that we've seen in the past. I believe that we can overcome a lot of the cynicism and lack of trust that the public has for each and every one of us, just because we've got that politician next to our name. Now, as we vote on this bill tonight, I must tell you that I have struggled, even though I've been involved in the process. I am struggling with how to vote for this bill. I will be voting yes tonight. But it's not without thinking about my personal convictions. It's not without thinking about some of the reasons I was sent down here by my own constituents and what to stand up for, what to stand against in some cases. When I'm making this vote tonight, I think about some of these social issues that are very important to me, that I do not believe this budget goes far enough on. I think about some of the fiscal implications. There are a lot of things in this budget, frankly, for me to dislike. A lot of things. On the other hand, there are a lot of things in this budget which has been so eloquently displayed this evening to like. There have been a lot of successes here. And I do believe that what we're doing tonight is that we are collectively on this campus, in this building, working together in bipartisan support across the aisle, across geographic differences, ideological, social differences. I do believe that we are taking a step that we probably haven't seen in a while. And I would probably have to say that that's probably why we've been here an extra couple months. In past years, we've been doing the budget decisions down here based on silos. Here's how much money is going to go into education. Here's how much money is going to go into health and human services and the other areas down here. This year, it was a little different. Not only did we struggle with the debate on how much money was going to go into all those areas, but we really got down to the brass tacks, the line item differences ideologically that we have as a citizen of, as legislators because of our backgrounds and our beliefs. That's a lot harder to do. And I think that's why it took us a lot longer. But I do believe at the end of the day that the citizens of the state of Washington, even though there's been some turmoil here with the threats of potential shutdowns and all the just the churning over these issues, I do believe at the end of the day that this is a budget that most people can support, and I think everybody on this campus can say, honestly, regardless of your party affiliation, regardless of how conservative or liberal you are on those issues, every single person on this campus, every legislator has taken part in this process. You've got some members down here that have voted for reforms. You've got other members that have voted for certain revenue issues and taxing issues and solving of some of those issues. And I think at the end of the day, you're going to see even potentially a different group, which has been enabled by those groups to vote for a budget. When's the last time that ever happened? Hasn't happened since I've been here. But I think that's important to note as citizens are looking at what we're doing down here, that we do have the ability to work together. We're not, any of us, going to get everything we want. And like I said, there's a lot of things I can say about this budget that I dislike terribly. But there are other things about this budget that I really think are doing well and are taking us in the direction that I think most of us here really, truly want to go. I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my colleagues across the aisle especially for allowing this caucus to be involved in the process, for our members across the rotunda in the Senate for their involvement in this. And I do hope that as we move forward that we do set a new path as to where Washington State is going to be going in the future, how we are going to be representing the people of the state of Washington so that we can turn this place around and that we can regain the trust and respect of the public who sends us here on their behalf. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Speaker has locked the roll call machine. Clerk, take the record, please.
Mr. Speaker, there are 81 yea, 11 nay, 5 excused or not voting.
Having received a constitutional majority, third and gross substitute Senate Bill 5034 is declared passed.